Welcome to the Samurai Channel. We are all students who have been active for the past 3 years through social networking, street speeches, and signature campaigns. The channel is made up of teenagers and is made up of culturally diverse high school students, including Japanese, half European, and those who have studied abroad. The corruption of politicians in Japan today is glaringly obvious. The adults need to wake up and express their opinions clearly. But even if they realize, more than 70 years of misguided history may prevent decisive action. It is we, the youth, who are in this predicament. That is why we must learn together, speak out and take action, remember who is telling lies, remember why is false history being taught, remember who are the traitors. Remember understand what individuals and nations have done to our country. Let us know if there are any mistakes. We are ordinary high school students, but our leaders have been aware of Japan's shadow since junior high school and have taken action. Mission: Let's protect Japan, let's be proud of Japan. Support us. Arigatou gozaimasu. Here are the topics we chose this week. Number 1. The absolute worst NHK Kahaku Yurikasen on aespa's appearance. The first appearance of the South Korean girl group, aespa, on the NHK Kahaku Yurikasen 2025, 76th edition, invited extremely heavy criticism. Chinese member Ningning had previously made a post, in 2022, introducing a lamp resembling a mushroom cloud as cute, which was viewed as mocking atomic bomb victims. An online petition gathered over 140,000 signatures strongly demanding the suspension of their appearance. However, NHK confirmed with their agency that there was no intent to belittle or mock the atomic bombings, and forced the appearance through. Furthermore, marking the 80th anniversary of the end of the war, the hosts were from Hiroshima, Hiroki Ariyoshi and Haruka Ayase, and aespa's performance overlapped with approximately 8:15 p.m., the exact numbers as the time the atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima, raising suspicions that this was intentional. During the actual broadcast, Ningning was absent due to influenza, with suspicions of feigned illness, and the group performed with 3 members. However, voices were raised one after another claiming that the lyrics and production were inappropriate in the context of the atomic bombings, and severe criticism continues, such as, they destroyed the tradition of Kahaku, and, the worst selection ever. There is strong anger regarding a selection that ignored the historical sentiments of the Japanese people by a public broadcaster. To respect the feelings of the working people, calls for the reinstatement of the nationality clause are growing. NHK should reinstate the nationality clause to prevent a recurrence. Number 2. The Constitutional Democratic Party, the disgraceful Renho controversy. When Renho, a member of the House of Councillors from the Constitutional Democratic Party, visited the Prime Minister's official residence, the fact that she did not bow to the Prime Minister and others has caused a massive firestorm on social media. Many are severely criticizing her, saying she has no manners and is the lowest of the low, and the video has spread, widening the voices of anger. Furthermore, despite Renho previously declaring publicly that she would not return to national politics, she has a past of returning to national politics via proportional representation just 1 year later. As the old Japanese saying goes, a liar is the beginning of a thief. Such inconsistency between words and actions greatly undermines trust. Combined with her rude attitude at the official residence, criticism of Renho is intensifying further. Number 3. Do Zainichi Koreans love evading taxes? Cosmetic surgeon Dr. Toru Aso was pointed out for failing to declare approximately 6.2 billion yen over 5 years up to 2023 at the clinic group he operates, and was imposed with about 1.2 billion yen in back taxes. The concealment of income was certified as malicious. Meanwhile, influencer Reika Miyazaki is the daughter of former House of Councillors member Hak Shinkin, who is of Zainichi Korean descent. She recorded fictitious expenses at an advertising company and was referred to prosecutors without arrest on suspicion of evading approximately 157 million yen. It is believed the evaded funds were used for brand name goods and the like. Regarding these incidents, while there are those who speak of experiences of discrimination as Zainichi Koreans, isn't it simply a matter of them being disliked rather than discriminated against? Number 4. Kurdish scrapyard in Saitama City to be sold, residents reports bear fruit. A Kurdish-run yard, demolition material storage site, in Saitama City is set to be sold. Due to repeated reports from residents regarding noise and work during late nights and early mornings, the police conducted on-site guidance, leading to a work stoppage. Subsequently, as the president found it difficult to remain in Japan for some reason and returned to Turkey, the yard is transitioning to a sale. This is being discussed on social media as good news where the steady reporting activities of the residents bore fruit. Number 5. Negligence by the Board of Education, outrage over protection of perpetrators. Moka Hokurio High School toilet assault. Kumamoto Junior High School group assault. Asahikawa bullying freezing death incident. The Imperial rescript on education should be reinstated. While society is shaken by the recent spread of a video showing a male student being assaulted in a toilet at Moka Hokurio High School, containing gruesome scenes such as being beaten with a mop, in the group assault case at Yabe Junior High School in Kumamoto Prefecture, a boy who tried to help a junior student was surrounded by more than 20 people and seriously injured. Even though his mother consulted the police and appealed that the bystanders were equally guilty, I am appalled by the attitude of the educational officials who delayed confirming the facts. Furthermore, like the freezing death incident of Saya Hirose in Asahikawa, Hokkaido, I feel strong anger at the attitude of protecting perpetrators, where the city side continues to dispute even after bullying was certified as the main cause in a reinvestigation. I am utterly disappointed that the nature of these schools and boards of education to try to cover up problems is threatening the lives of children. As the victim's mother said, the people watching around them are equally guilty, and the fact that not a single person tried to stop it is truly abnormal. Isn't this violence already beyond the realm of bullying and at the level of attempted murder? Number 6. Let's talk about the US invasion of Venezuela. There are many voices condemning President Maduro as a dictator, and some Venezuelan citizens are welcoming the US intervention. They expect liberation from years of economic hardship and human rights violations. On the other hand, the main criticism comes from communist-affiliated forces such as China and Russia. The reason they don't mention China's ethnic cleansing in Uyghur, Tibet, and Inner Mongolia at all is thought to be to avoid their own human rights issues and prioritize anti-US propaganda. Meanwhile, the US also appears to be pursuing a strategy to profit from Venezuela's oil, and justifying it solely on human rights grounds doesn't seem convincing. Is it only us who see all of this as double standards? Number 7. Steering towards support for domestic drone production. Based on the Economic Security Promotion Act, the government has designated drones as a specified critical material and is embarking on support for domestic production. Given the current situation where domestic production is only about 1,000 units annually and over 90% of the supply is Chinese-made, the government will subsidize up to 50% of research and development and capital investment costs, aiming for a production system of 80,000 units per year by 2030. Targeting the fields of disaster relief, infrastructure inspection, and agriculture, the plan intends to strengthen the supply chain not just for airframes but also for major components such as motors and batteries. The policy involves allocating 13.9 billion yen in the fiscal 2025 supplementary budget and establishing a fund in 2026. This move represents a significant step toward eliminating the risk of dependence on China and ensuring a stable supply. Number 8. Minister Koizumi, Acquisition, Technology and Logistics Agency aims for practical application. On January 7, 2026, Defense Minister Shinjiro Koizumi made his first visit to Okinawa since taking office. After meeting with Nago Mayor Takatoyo Taguchi and others, he also held talks with Lieutenant General Roger Turner, the top commander of U.S. forces in Okinawa. He emphasized that local cooperation and understanding are indispensable for maintaining and strengthening the deterrence and response capabilities of the Japan-US alliance. Upon hearing the reality that Self-Defense Forces, JSDF, personnel and their families are subjected to heartless remarks from some quarters, such as accusations of practicing for murder, Minister Koizumi sought understanding, stating, "Members are training daily to thoroughly protect the people, including the citizens of Okinawa." He sent warm encouragement to the JSDF members, saying, "As Defense Minister, I want to do my utmost so that voices of support for the self-defense forces are heard even more than the heartless voices." Amidst the strengthening of defense capabilities in the southwest region, the development of railguns, electromagnetic railguns, is also garnering attention, with successful offshore firing tests on the test ship Asuka. Practical application toward intercepting hypersonic weapons is accelerating. This visit symbolizes the direction of Okinawa policy and Southwest defense under the Takaichi administration. Number 9. Prime Minister Takaichi's decisive action pays off. Japan fully prepared against China's rare earth ban. Prime Minister Sanai Takaichi has responded with resolute determination to China's aggressive retaliatory measure, the immediate ban on exports to Japan of dual-use items, including rare earth elements. This announcement appears to be China's reprisal against statements made by Japan in parliamentary sessions. However, thanks to Prime Minister Takaichi's strong leadership, Japan has been thoroughly prepared well in advance. As early as around 2007, the Ministry of Economy, Trade, and Industry, METI, led by the highly capable bureaucrat Toru Nakayama, foresaw the potential for a rare earth crisis. In 2008, the government and private sector jointly launched the Rare Metal Alternative Materials Development Project. This initiative has built a solid technological foundation, including the development of rare earth-free magnets and low rare earth, heat-resistant superalloys, significantly reducing Japan's dependence on China. According to estimates by Nomura Research Institute, a 3-month disruption could cause economic losses of approximately 660 billion yen. Nevertheless, Japan is accelerating seabed resource exploration and alternative material development. These efforts will minimize short-term impacts while turning the situation into an opportunity to strengthen long-term economic security. Prime Minister Takaichi's firm decision has ultimately demonstrated to the world the strength of Japan's technological capabilities and preparedness. Number 10. Illegal immigration is a crime. On January 7, 2026, in Minneapolis, USA, during an ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, operation targeting illegal immigrants, 37-year-old U.S. citizen Renee Nicole Good was shot and killed by an ICE agent. She had just dropped off her 6-year-old son at school and appears to have encountered the scene by chance. The child had already lost his father in 2023, and now, having lost both parents, only his grandfather remains. Online, voices erupted with comments such as, instead of protesting the removal of illegal immigrants, she should have protected her son. Meanwhile, conservatives strongly argue, illegal immigrants are criminals. Do not tolerate their presence. Many have pointed to past remarks by Sayuri Kamada, a member of Japan's Constitutional Democratic Party, who once said, unlawful stay is not a crime, and are attacking her with questions like, what on earth did she learn in school? This incident starkly symbolizes the brutal reality of immigration policy and has sparked intense debate.
This week's Can You Shut Up Please? Mass media scum. Prince Hisahito is the future emperor. Publications like Josei Jishin, a tabloid, and AERA, which is a major news magazine, are bombarding us with propaganda articles. They are constantly pushing Princess Aiko to be the future empress. It is being said on social media that just like at NHK, these articles are written by people who push pro-China and pro-Korea agendas. It is obvious that their intention is to brainwash the public through biased reporting that ignores Imperial traditions. Even though Princess Aiko is a wonderful person, it is a given that the throne is succeeded through the male line. The male line genetic succession that has continued for over 2,000 years since Emperor Jinmu is the source of the world's admiration and respect. This unbroken line of emperors, maintained through the Y chromosome, symbolizes historical stability and sanctity, and this lineage continuing from ancient times supports the foundation of Japanese culture. Even from an international perspective, this unparalleled continuity holds value on the level of a human heritage site, serving as a mirror that reflects human diversity both genetically and culturally. It is this succession that forms Japan's unique ideas and garners praise from around the world. Mass media scum, please shut up.
This is the textbook. This week's This is the Textbook segment will feature an excerpt starting from page 18 of Masanori Mizuma's The Nanking Incident, the final chapter. Asahi Newspaper, October 11, Showa 20, 1945, edition. Immediately after placing newspapers, radio, and magazines under its control, the United States established a surveillance system to monitor and censor the language and speech of the Japanese people. From this article, it is clear that the United States was forcibly suppressing free speech. Let's take action this week. Let's take action this week's. This week's Let's Take Action is voices of support for domestic produce spread as Kyushu plums face poor harvests for 2 consecutive years. Kyushu plums, UME, have suffered poor harvests for 2 years in a row. In Wakayama Prefecture, the 2024 yield was only 30 to 40% of an average year, and 2025 remained at around 70%. While food manufacturers are considering shifting to Chinese-grown plums, there is a strong and spreading sentiment among consumers saying, we want domestic products, even if they cost more. In particular, the group UME Boys released an additive-free plum paste tube that makes effective use of plums damaged by hail. Their post on X appealing for the importance of domestic products gathered over 40,000 likes. Although the scarred plums may look rough on the outside, their taste and aroma are superb, and this product, finished using only salt and shiso, represents a wonderful initiative. Once a shift is made to foreign products, sales channels for domestic plums will be lost and will be difficult to regain. While flawless plums are in short supply, domestic plum paste tubes made from damaged plums are still available in Wakayama right now. Please choose domestic products, and let's support our farmers.